The next dodge we're going to talk about is an inside roll dodge, and the first thing we need to make sure we do with an inside roll is that we have really good stick protection. The defenseman's going to be kind of right near us, checking us in this situation, and we're never going to even be able to set the dodge up unless we have our stick protected. Next thing we need to do is make sure we get to the proper position on the field to start this dodge, and that's approximately an area about 4 yards up from the goal and then a 4 yard out from the goal. You can deviate a little bit from this. It doesn't have to be this exact spot, but you want to use 4 and 4 as a guide. Once I've gotten to 4 and 4, it's critical that my head is up looking to the middle of the field. I'm in an area in here where a defenseman might double or slide real quick on me, and I need to be able to step away and make a pass, so I have to have my head up. A lot of younger players will execute an inside roll the proper way. They'll get to a position and their head will be down. They'll get doubled and you'll lose possession of the ball. So make sure when you're executing an inside roll, your head is up looking towards the middle of the field. There are a couple different ways to execute this dodge. The first way would be a quick inside roll where I got to that spot and quickly rolled to the inside. The next way would be a power inside roll where I get to the spot, I stop, I plant, and once I feel some pressure from him, I'm going to roll to the inside. The reason this dodge is going to be successful is because most defensemen are taught not to let you beat him topside and just turn the corner on him. So when you're starting this dodge, you want to make him think that that's what you're going to do. It may help early in a game to try to just kind of turn the corner on your defenseman topside and beat him. That'll set up your inside roll for later on. Getting back to the spot where we're 4 and 4, I want to really protect my stick, as I said before. As I feel some pressure from the defenseman, I want to start rolling to the inside. As I roll to the inside, I want to take a good line at the front of the goal to increase my shooting angle and not fade back behind the goal. I'm not going to have a lot of good angle to shoot from. I also want to make sure that as I roll, I don't switch hands. That's a little bit of a different dodge. So as I roll to the inside, I keep my stick to the inside as opposed to rolling and keeping my stick to the outside. If I keep my stick to the outside, there's a good chance the defenseman's going to check it. But if I keep my stick to the inside, I have my stick protected as well as having better shooting angle. So I've now rolled to the inside. I'm moving to the inside of the goal. I want to get this shot off from the box area near my ear. I don't need a lot of speed. I don't need to back my stick out back here to get extra power. I just want to shoot from the box area, shoot offside, low, and I should be able to score. A final point to the inside roll is that once I get to the position in 4 and 4, I've done everything right. I roll to the inside. You can see that I'll seal him off. I'll seal my defenseman off a little bit with the leg I roll with. So then I can just take him to the inside and get a shot off. So if you roll the proper way, you'll actually seal your defenseman off and he won't be able to play you. The next dodge we're going to talk about is a rocker dodge, and this is an excellent dodge to use off an inside roll. The first thing we need to make sure we do is do the same thing we do for an inside roll, which is get to 4 and 4 on the field and make sure our stick is really well protected. Once I get to that position, I really want to make my defenseman think I'm in an inside roll, so I may want to set him up earlier in the game by executing a couple of inside rolls. Once I've executed a couple of inside rolls earlier in the game, he's going to think I'm going to probably do it again. Once I feel the pressure from my defenseman, I really want to rock my head and shoulders, and I can exaggerate it a little bit to try to sell that fake to the defenseman. Once I've done that, hopefully he bites on it and thinks I'm in an inside roll, and he moves to the inside. As soon as I feel that, he bites on it. I want to just roll to the inside and get a good quick shot off. The next dodge we're going to talk about is a zigzag dodge. A zigzag is a dodge I like to use directly behind the goal at X. Keep in mind, you can use this dodge anywhere on the field. I like to use it directly behind the goal. The way we're going to set this dodge up, as we do with most dodges, is with good stick protection. The other thing I got to make sure I do in this dodge is just keep my head up looking to the middle of the field in case one of the other team's defensemen slides. I need to be able to make a pass. So to start this dodge, I'm then going to move in towards my defenseman. As I get close to him, he's going to probably throw a couple of checks. I then want to start backing away, looking to the middle of the field as if I'm going to make a pass. As I back away, I'm going to shuffle my feet. I'm also going to put my bottom hand onto the butt end of the stick, and this is going to trigger to my defenseman that I'm going to make a pass. As I go to make a pass, any good defenseman is taught to try to make a check on your hands. As I see him commit towards me to make that check, I'm going to take my bottom hand off, get good stick protection again, and run right through him towards the goal. Another dodge I like to use to get a shot off from the inside is a question mark dodge. There's a bunch of similarities here to an inside roll. I want to make sure, again, my stick is tucked, my head is up, and that I get to a spot around 4 and 4. In this dodge, once I get to this spot, I want to move out away from the goal in the shape of a question mark, in this shape right here, and try to get a shot off. You can see it's a little bit different than an inside roll in that in an inside roll, I roll to the inside and keep my stick in the same hand. In a question mark dodge, I'm going to move out in the shape of a question mark, switch hands, and try to get a quick shot off. So far in the dodges we've covered, we focused on situations where we have the ball on our stick and we're dictating where we're going to go to get a pass or shot off. In the next couple of dodges, we're going to talk about receiving a pass and working off our defender's weakness or mistake to get a shot or pass. The first dodge we're going to talk about we'll call the pump fake dodge, and this dodge works really well if a defender takes an angle at my low shoulder. And basically by my low shoulder, I just mean the shoulder closer to the goal. Again, like I said before, this dodge works really well off a pass from a teammate. I cut out, I catch the pass. As I see my defender start moving towards me, if he's coming towards my low shoulder, I just want to make a quick fake, step towards the goal, and get a shot off. The face dodge is another dodge you can use off a pass based on the position of your defender. And in this dodge, as I start moving to an area, I catch a pass from my teammate. As I catch the pass, I want to look towards the goal, and I want to notice where my defenseman is coming at me and coming to play me. If he's at my high shoulder, and again, my high shoulder is the shoulder furthest away from the goal, I just want to act like I'm going to shoot it. As he comes towards me, I just want to pull my stick back across and get a quick shot off. The next dodge we'll cover, also one of my favorites, is just a simple change of direction. I like this dodge because it can be used anywhere on the field. What I like to do in a change of direction is run about half to 3/4 speed and make my defender think I'm trying to beat him in that direction. Once I get to a spot where I can roll back and have a decent shooting angle, that's where I'll execute the move. Another tip that should help you beat your defenseman is to change direction just as he's throwing a check. If you can do this, you'll get your defenseman off balance, and this works especially well with a very aggressive, hard-checking defenseman. A final thought that we cover during stick protection is to just make sure you keep your stick tucked into and out of the dodge and keep your head up at all times. The goal of this video is to serve as a guide to make you a better offensive player. Go out and practice and learn to be creative. The rest is up to you.